Serial Killer Nurses, Part 1. Jolly Jane. Honora Kelly, also known as Jane Tulpman, and nicknamed Jolly Jane, was born on March 31st in 1854 in Boston, Massachusetts. She was one of 3 girls. Her parents, Bridget Kelly, and father, Peter Kelly, were Irish immigrants. As a child, Honora experienced abuse and dysfunction. Her mother died of tuberculosis when she was young, and her father was an abusive alcoholic. Her father worked as a tailor and one day went insane and sewed his own eyelids closed. In 1860, Peter took Delilah and Honora to an orphanage. This was the last time they would see their father. Delilah became a prostitute, and the older sister, Nellie, was committed to an insane asylum. In November 1862, Honora was placed with a family called Tulpin, where she would be an indentured servant. She later took on the surname and became Jane Tulpin. Jane took an interest in becoming a nurse and began training at Cambridge Hospital in 1885. Jane's co-workers took a liking to her and considered her bright and friendly, giving her the nickname Jolly Jane. But things quickly took a turn for the worse. Jane gravitated towards patients who were very elderly and very ill. She began experimenting with medications known as morphine and atropine, injecting her patients with this combination to see how their nervous system would react. She spent a careful amount of time with these patients, giving them more medicine as they would drift in and out of consciousness. She then would get into bed with them and was said to fondle them as they died in an attempt to see the inner workings of their soul through their eyes. After being fired and dismissed from several facilities due to reckless opiate administration, Jane started her own business as a private nurse and received clientele despite her reputation and complaints of petty theft. In 1895, Jane killed her landlord and his wife by poison. In 1899, she killed her foster sister, Elizabeth, with a dose of pesticide. In 1901, Jane moved in with Alden Davis and his family. Within a few weeks, she killed him, his wife Maddie, sister Edna, and his daughters, Minnie and Genevieve. A toxicology exam was done on Minnie and revealed that she was poisoned. The local authorities arrested Jane for murder on October 29, 1901. By 1902, she confessed that she killed 31 people. Soon after trial, Jane confessed to her lawyer she murdered more than 31 and wanted the jury to find her sane so she could one day have a chance of being released. However, the courts chose otherwise and declared not guilty by reason of insanity and committed her for life to Taunton Insane Hospital. When questioned, Jane stated that she received a sexual thrill from her patients being near death and coming back to life and then dying again. Jane quoted said, "This is my ambition, to have killed more people, helpless people, than any other man or woman ever lived."